Inside the Idaho Vandals with head coach Paul Petrino. I'm Dennis Patchen. Thanks so much for being with us. You're getting closer.
We are getting closer. We're improving. We're getting better every week. We just, that was a hard one to take because you kind of gave it away. I thought our guys came out, prepared real hard all week, came out, got after them good early in the game, had two different 14-point leads in the first half. You go back and watch the tape, it really frustrates you as we should have really had a 21 or 28-point lead at times in the first half and just missed a couple opportunities and didn't take advantage of them. But we fought. I thought the guys fought hard, thought they played hard, really improved. We just got to go back to work and keep grinding.
How do you translate that when you're talking to your kids? You want to translate the positives of playing hard, doing things better, improving, but at the same time making sure that nobody is satisfied with losing at any point in time.
Yeah, I think it's just we knew it's a process from the time we got here. That was a real good team. Went to a BCS bowl game last year, beat Iowa, opened the season. So I do think it should give them confidence. I do think they know if we do things right, we prepare hard all week, we keep getting better, we can play with whoever we line up on the field against. But then there comes a point in the game where we always say you got to be at your best when your best is needed. There comes a point in the game where you got to make a play to win the game. And there was probably 4 or 5 points in that game, both sides of the ball, where guys had to make the play. Guys had to step up and get it done. And you got to will your team to victory. Like their little number 10, he willed them to victory. He made plays. He found ways to make sure they won. And we got to have a couple guys that do that for us.
At any point as the game is going along, are you thinking to yourself, we are getting better? Or does that come after the game when you sit down and look at film?
No, you feel it. You felt it in the first drive. You felt, one of the first things we did last night in our team meeting was watched the offense's opening drive and the defense's first 3 and out, and you saw it, and the crowd was great and everybody was into it. And, and you saw it in the second half when they took the lead and we came back and tied it up. And that's where, when it was 35-35, that's when everyone's got to believe we're going to win, and go make it happen. And I think, their team's used to winning. They've been winning for years and been winning and winning. And so I think their sideline was all, hey, we're going to win. I think our sideline was a little too much. I hope we win. I hope somebody go do something and waiting around instead of going and making it happen yourself.
We're a quarter of the way through the season. I'm going to have you fill in the blank. I know this about my football, blank, I know this about my football team. Fill that blank in. What do you know about your football team at the quarter pole?
We've improved every week. We've got better every day at practice. That's something that we see that a lot of other people don't see. We're playing a lot of young guys. We keep getting better. So I would say I know our team, the future looks great. The future is very bright. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and we just got to keep improving. But to win in the pretty darn soon, we just need a couple guys to step up and make a couple more plays.
Do you have to toe a fine line with that, knowing that you're young, knowing that you are getting better, knowing that you're improving and the eventual goal is to get this program back to where it needs to be, but at the same time you want to win a game? Is that a delicate balancing act?
But I think sometimes, like right now during the week, we don't look that far ahead. Today as coaches, we just game plan all day long, except for when I come down here and do the show. We get here early, stay here late, and just game plan all day long for Washington State. Come up with the best plan we can. I don't think you can look so far ahead. I think you just take it one day at a time. We had a real good practice last night with the young guys, scrimmaged for a long time, and they improved, and you got to just take it one day at a time and find little victories in each day. I think that's the biggest thing that we all have to do, and then just have the strength and the courage to keep fighting every single day and finding those victories every day.
That's got to be a little bit hard, though, doesn't it?
No, it is, but that's how you got to get through it. If you don't get through it that way, you're going to get caught up and you're not going to get better every day. But that's what you have to do. That's how you have to do it.
We have seen some flashes of brilliance from this Idaho Vandal defense. We saw it in the Wyoming game. Coach Petrino talked about the first part of the game against Northern Illinois early on. Alyssa Charleston has more on the Idaho Vandal defense, their youth, and their excitement.
Youth is the name of the game when it comes to Vandal football defense. But with a whole new coaching staff, junior safety Bradley Njoku says the fresh faces bring exciting new tactics.
I feel like the intensity that comes to it, I felt like last year we were more we were more plain Jane. I think it's coming a little bit new concepts.
They may be young, but their improvement is obvious. Idaho has allowed fewer and fewer total yards by the other team with each new game. Redshirt junior defensive end Max Ford believes part of the problem is the need to put together an entire game of solid defense.
I think we've taken strides throughout the year. Getting a little bit of progression. Hopefully we can put together 4 quarters soon here. But yeah, we're getting better, getting there. Try to get there as soon as possible though.
That full game effort barely slipped out of the Vandals' hands last Saturday as they ran into an experienced Northern Illinois offense led by a Heisman Trophy candidate quarterback, Jordan Lynch. Junior college transfer and linebacker for the Vandals, Mark Mion, says leadership from all ends is where youth will meet success.
To have leadership within on a not new team but young team, a lot of new players, it's really important. Not necessarily having one leader, but have everyone go in the same direction.
That defensive leadership could be exactly what the Vandals need to push them in the direction of their first W. For Inside the Vandals, I'm Alyssa Charleston.
Coach, I know that your defense has been giving up some yards in the game. What do you like about what they've been able to do in the first 3 games, and what do you see them doing in the final 9 games of the season?
You know, I've just seen them improve every week. They've came out. They're flying to the ball better. They're getting some turnovers. They're hitting people, and they just got to keep improving. A lot of guys, you know, it's their first year playing Division I football, and the more guys we can get around the ball, the more they can all fly to the ball, and then just we got to eliminate the big play. But I think they're improving a lot, and I just like their attitude and their enthusiasm and flying around and getting to the football.
Being at home had to help. What did you feel about your first game in this building in a long time?
You know, I thought it was awesome. When we very first took the field, you looked up right up there, and all the students were there, and they were making all kinds of noise, and I just thought the place was great. And that gives us so much, you know, just gives your team confidence. It gives them extra energy, extra enthusiasm, and I can't thank the students enough. They were unbelievably. They were awesome all game long.
Well, the students will be back in this building in a couple of weeks when Temple comes to town. But this next weekend, it's the Cougars, the 8-mile rivalry just down the road. We'll talk to head coach Paul Petrino about that and a little bit about the history of the battle on the Palouse when we continue in this week's edition of Inside the Idaho Vandals.